walk the fuck away. The problem with, very similar to bricks and balls. And when you have a game like Stardew, I want to put at least like 30 minutes to 40 minutes at a time in this shit. Because the thing is, where does it save and how does it save? Because pretty much the only time that saves on the console, Switch, and PC version is when you go to sleep at night is when it saves. So a whole day can take longer than just like a couple minutes. So that's my thing is like, are you able to just constantly save? Or how does that work? Because, or else you will not progress unless you put a couple minutes, like 10 to 15 at least, I would say, into the game at one point in time.
But what difference does that make being on mobile or on Switch?
Because that's the whole point of mobile is it's on the go, it's quick, it's easy. Like when you're on the pooper, you just you put it on and you play.
Yeah. But I mean, a game of, Candy Crush can take, 10 minutes or something.
I mean, I guess I say that. Also, Minecraft is on the phone. But how popular is Minecraft on the phone? That's another thing.
I don't know.
So do I.
Wow.
I'm sorry, did you just Owen Wilson my ass?
Wow.
You said wow.
Wow.
Wow. That kind of sounded like him, didn't it?
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. I tried. Wow.
Are we done with this topic?
Wow. Okay. Fucking, this is what this podcast has gone into. Like we warned y'all before the episode started. Like this was going to be just some nonsense ramblings of us. I think Tucker just farted right behind me, and he's just staring at me now with his mouth open, like, "I did it, bitch." It's inappropriate. Thank you, but no, thank you. Anyway, all right, moving along. There was a hideout.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. I have no fucking clue what that means. And I said it with such conviction of just like,
there was a hideout.
As I was about to go into a fucking dramatic story or something, just, there was a hideout. A young man, his brothers, running from the Nazis. The year 1942. The country, Poland.
So YouTube went down
well,
yesterday.
fuck me, all right.
For like, what, 2 hours?
I think around 2 hours, something like that. It was a big deal on the interwebs.
Yeah. I mean, we're not only going to talk about YouTube. PSN went down as well. But what is with that? Do you think there's something there? I mean, the fact that both of them went down, and like, that's pretty scary if Google can't prevent.
Google owns Sony, so it makes sense.
Do they?
No, you fucking idiot. I can't believe I got you to ask that question. That was my goal. Was to get you to do that. So I'm I'm such a dickhead friend, right? I was like, I'm baiting you in so I can just call you a fucking idiot.
Yeah. You're an asshole.
That's fine.
But I mean, well, it's hard sometimes to know who owns what anymore because it's like 4 companies own everything. But
I mean, you're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right.
But if Google can't prevent something.
I said, when you're right, you're right.
Well.
Don't you have something to say?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm right. I'm always right.
No, God damn it. The saying is, I've told you time and time again, when you're right.
If I'm going to be right, I don't want to be left. I don't want to be left.
Oh, that's not it. It was when you're right, you're right. And when you're wrong, you ain't right. Fuck you, Fred. Go on with your bullshit fucking, YouTube owns Google, whatever the fuck.
Well, they don't. Well, Google owns YouTube.
Correct. You're right.
What
I don't know.
Who owns Fortnite? It's Epic, right?
Epic owns Fortnite, who's actually owned by Microsoft's subsidiary. Well, if I can talk, the podcast will be much better. Microsoft's subsidiary, Iconic Games, owns Epic, who then owns Fortnite. So technically, no one even talks about this, but Microsoft is making the money every Fortnite purchase. Kind of like Minecraft.
Yeah.
I said true. So much like semi-truth and just complete falsehood on that no one will know what to believe after that. After I just said that.
What part was not true?
I'll leave that up to you.
Yes. Don't trust us this episode.
Nah, just not this episode. You can trust us for gaming news, typically, just not today. I'm just not feeling it. I'm stressed out. I'm drinking wine. I'm feeling fine. My life is decline. I don't fucking know.
So
YouTube went down. Do you want to fucking talk about it? Like what?
I guess PlayStation Network went down for like how long?
No, you're the one that told me about that. I knew about YouTube going down, which is a big deal.
No, I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm saying
yeah. We'll talk about. We'll get to that in a second.
For
No. Well, that's what I was going to say. My next point was going to be when something as big as YouTube can go down for that long. I mean, it could have been something fucking oversight, fucking I don't know, workplace oversight that caused this. I have no fucking clue, but it's a big deal whenever a big ass website like that goes.
Whoa!
Not to body shame the fucking
website. Okay, come on.
Yeah. So
come on.
The point is like that hasn't happened. I remember that happening all the time in the late '90s when the internet was first up and coming, when it was bumping and grinding and rolling and trolling. It was it would go, big websites would go down at times, but not anymore. And I even told Brandon the other day, I was like, or I guess last night when he told me, because he's the one that, called me and told me about it. I told him, I was like, it's got to be really fucking hard to, not have that shit happen. You know what he said?
What?
It's not hard. You just have to have redundancy. I don't know what the fuck that means because I'm not a techie, but I don't know if that means you just have to have redundancy in servers so that way you have so many backup servers and the capacity just like is there to like hold you as a net in case you fall as a network.
But like Google has like a bajillion servers.
That's what I'm saying. So that might be why it was just an interesting thing, and that's probably why you don't see this happen that often. But you're telling me PlayStation Network also went down during this time. We're going to talk about, go a little history lesson, take you back to the year 2011.
All right.
George W. Bush was president. We had just invaded Iraq. The Putin had been reelected as president.
Right.
Bill Clinton became his chief of staff, which was a huge deal. His daughter, Hillary Clinton, also at that time became a senator in your home state of New York, Fred.
That wasn't, not his daughter, but...
The 2011 PlayStation Network outage was a result of some asshole came and was a dickhead, and he fucked with the PlayStation Network and Curiosity services. They apparently had like 77 million accounts that were compromised. And okay, here's what was crazy. And I mentioned this in episode 18 when we did the us growing up with gaming, but no one really understands and talks about it anymore. That was a huge fucking deal, Fred. You could not play online games on the PlayStation 3 for a long fucking time. It seemed like
months,
it
right?
So it seemed like it lasted months. The outage only lasted 23 days. But to me, like
that's a long time.
It still is a long time. But to me, I remember it being like, is it never fucking coming back? Like, what the hell? So to me, it seemed like months. But that's me being a child. I was only 12 years old right then. Back then.
That was one generation ago. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, what?
30.
Yeah, it was in 2011.
PlayStation 3 was out in 2011. Okay. That was only...
Okay, that was 7 years ago.
You said you were 12.
Yeah.
That was only 7 years ago.
Are you stupid?
You're 31?
I'm 19. I have no fucking clue what Okay. So, Sony was real hush-hush about this when it happened, too. I remember that. They were just pretty much like, yeah, we're aware of some shit going down. I mean, you're going to do the, if I can talk, you're going to do the typical, press release, just calm fucking everybody. Then they're thinking, I guess, I don't remember if they said, I think they were doing undergoing maintenance. And it was like, clearly that's bullshit, too. Because then it was extended amount of time. Maintenance lasts maybe a couple hours. They then told people it was going to take just a day or two to get it functioning again. Then they're like, oh, somebody fucked with our shit. And that's just, they lied to their fucking consumers. It's going to be up in a day or two. I guess they just thought they could easily fix it or whatever the fuck. Almost a month. That is crazy. That's such a long time to have a network be out in the year 2011 even.
Yeah.
Much less, now. I mean, I can even imagine if something like that happened now.
That was the only generation where I did not own a PlayStation console. So
you're just not going to talk about it?
I never owned a PlayStation 3, so I was playing
talk
Xbox
about it. What would your... Okay, imagine you were playing Xbox 360, which we used to play all the fucking time, religiously, night after night. What would happen if you just couldn't play for 23 days? And all your friends couldn't play it either.
First of all, I'd be pissed, but second of all, that kind of happened with the Red Ring of Death. I mean, when that happened, a lot of people couldn't play for as long as it took for them to get their
That's
repairs.
a hardware issue. This is a networking issue, though. And this is done by intruders that came in and fucking hacked the network and took it down.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be pretty pissed. Especially, I'm sure they did something to compensate.
Okay.
You know, the people who had memberships and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well,
it probably wasn't that bad at the end of the day. They probably gave away a ton of free shit.
Yeah, well, so PlayStation gave away, I think, like 3 months of PlayStation Plus membership, this is still before you actually had to pay to be online. That was one of the things that people were like, well, yeah, because it wasn't until PlayStation 4 that they started charging people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's funny because like you just think of you have to pay for, online now with every console, but yeah, thank you, AdSpots, for fucking turning that one. Fucking dickheads, Microsoft cocksuckers. Anyway, they gave people, free PlayStation Plus, gave them a couple of free games, including some like newer ones that came out, and then they gave them access to like some third-party shit. Either way, they tried to make up for it. People weren't really that pissed. I mean, nobody even fucking remembers it anymore. But like the Congress had to come and get involved in it. I mean, that's a big fucking deal. That's you're talking about $1 billion industry. If shit's not working, and something was actually like corruptly hacked, that's a fucking big deal. Especially because you have people's credit card numbers saved like on your system and service and network. Another thing. This is the last thing, and I'll kind of drop it. But it cost Sony. How much do you think an outage like that for almost a month would cost?
I couldn't even.
Just pick a fucking number, asshole.
A fillion?
No, dickhead. Pick a real number.
Speaking of a fillion.
That makes no goddamn sense. What are you about to say?
Well,
you just said speaking of a fillion. Well, yeah, continue.
If I was a Dr. Fillionaire.
I'm sorry, what did you just fucking say to me?
If I was a Dr. Fillionaire, what would that imply?
I have no idea. That makes no sense. A fillion's not a fucking term.
But if I was a Dr. Fillionaire.
You're combining million with the fucking stupid ass, I don't know, TV personality, if you want to call him that. Well, the fucking fake ass Dr. Phil.
Well, I'm just saying, what would that mean that I have? Like, if I was a Dr. Fillionaire, what would make me one of those?
Just guess how much that fucking cost Sony to
$50 million.
$171 million. You just ruined this entire factoid. God, you piece of shit. Are you fucking with me, a Dr. Fillionaire?
You can't even
fathom is probably the word you're looking for. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't even give me a guess. Like what would I need to be? What would I need to have to be a Dr. Fillionaire? I just want to know what you think, because I would like to become one someday.
I'll tell you what you don't have to have. Any fucking brains whatsoever, because somebody that comes up with a goddamn term, Dr. Fillionaire, and doesn't coin it, has to be a goddamn moron.
Okay.
So yes, we should coin that phrase. Start selling
Whoa.
Dr. Fillionaire bucks, and that's how we make our living. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna draw a cartoon version of a man that looks very similar to him. We're gonna call it Fillion with an F, and he will not be able to sue us.
All right.
It's also not based off of Dr. Phil whatsoever, in case the courts are hearing this at a later date and time.
Sweet.
What are we talking about? Is this a gaming podcast? God, are you recording?
I am. I just checked and I was like, oh my God.
Can you imagine? I wouldn't do it. I would, because we don't even have a fucking structure at all of this show. This is like our wacky wild
Wild Wednesdays and
wacky wild wailing Wild Wednesday whammer-womies. Right, should we just call this episode Fred and Ryan drop acid and push record?
We'll call it something. Should we? Do we have more topics? What else are we talking about?
That was fucking it, man. That's why I told you we need more topics.
No, we don't need more.
Let's do a bonus topic. What?
We don't have to. We don't have to get.